Hello, we are Last FM. That's Felix, Thomas, Martin here, and Justin. In the introduction it was already said that we are from Ravensbourne College in the south of London. And we did the project that we're going to present, Last FM, as part of our MA course of Interactive Digital Media in Ravensbourne. I would like to also thank the Europrix people for having us here and buying us schnitzels and stuff yesterday. Thanks a lot for the good food.
That was very nice.
So before we start our little presentation, I wanted to ask you a question. Who knows the music of Kraftwerk? Quite a few people. Who of the people that knows Kraftwerk also knows a band called Two Lone Swordsmen? That's only very few people in comparison to the Kraftwerk. Although I'm pretty sure that everybody that likes Kraftwerk would also like Two Lone Swordsmen. Yeah. So it would be really nice to be able to play it to you now, which is actually possible. Because I have my record collection online on Last FM. Next. Play something.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, only this one works? Well, like you said, he has his record collection online. This is the record collection page, so to say. And I can play you a short sample of the track Martin was speaking about, which is this one. So basically you have access to the whole, all the records that you put in your online connection, so to say. And you can browse through everything that is hosted on Last.fm at the moment. Let's see if there's anything coming out. Yeah, there's. So, like we said, you know, if you like Kraftwerk, you might be really into this stuff. But we cannot play too much music because we're supposed to talk, so that was just a very short preview. Basically, on this page, as you can see here, the list on the right-hand side is Martin's record collection. The tracks marked in red are the ones that he doesn't like, you know, some in your record collection you have some stuff that's not really your favorite stuff, and all the black marked records are the ones that you like. You can listen to everything. Like I said, it's like 30-second samples of everything are accessible here. More of that's happening in the actual streaming interface where you can listen to the whole length of stuff, but due to legal issues we're only allowed to play 30-second samples. Then in the middle you can browse through the catalog of what's hosted on Last.fm and then add stuff to your record collection. It's like going to a shop basically. And due to our very slow connection to Amazon, this is extremely not useful. So I'm going to show you another thing, which is on the left, where you have access to all the other users, all other Last.fm's users' record collections. So you can have a look what they're listening to. For example, I'm going to look at Willow, which is Thomas. And there we get a funny something. Yes, take this, Willow, hello. And then it loads his record collection into this little frame. Same thing, red ones he didn't like, black ones he liked. You can listen to everything again, and another thing you might realize is these little plus icons here, which means that you can add a track to your profile. So for example, I know that I like Tuxedo Moon, and I go here, click on plus, and whoops, it's in my new profile list. And I have to go to page 1. And if it's not in there, yeah, good point, it has already been in there, because you cannot have things twice, you know, like you don't buy double records. So now this didn't appear, let's see if something else might do it, maybe this one, fridge. Yeah, there you see, now the number 1 track is this new one, which might then appear later in your radio streaming program. Anyway, that's a very sophisticated tool where you can, like I said, virtually buy records, so to say. You can even buy them in the real world, but first you add them to your record collection, check them out, listen to it, and I give it back to Martin.
Yes, if you're looking at all the record collections that are online at Last.fm, because we have access to all the songs that people listen to and what they liked and what they didn't like, we can deduct something from it which we like to call the music map. Music map is like the collaborative record collection, and from these statistics we can extract information of what music got listened to together. by people. So as I said before, if you have Kraftwerk in your profile, it's kind of likely that you also might like the other things. So they might both be in a same group of songs which got listened to together. Meaning that this is like the development of a new genre. A genre that is determined by people listening to music much more than anybody else saying like this is hip hop or this is techno and putting it into nice categories. So that's the music map, which is just basically the collaborative collection of everybody, where you can see the connections in between the songs and what gets listened to together. Okay.
It's on repeat. Wait a second, sorry. Technical problem. Make it happen.
So this is a radio from the 80s, I believe. A heavy transistor radio. If you want to listen to music, you switch it on somewhere. I think it's actually out of batteries at the moment. If you find something, you have to tune to the frequency band to find your station, what you like to listen to. If you don't like the music playing on a particular station, you have to surf through the frequency band and find another radio station which might play something that you like. But inherent problem with broadcast media is that basically at the end of the day it's always somebody else selecting the music for you. So there's always a bunch of editors or programmers that pick the music and put them into a program for you. So it's always somebody else at the end of the day selecting what you get to hear. Next one.
No, it's you.
So this was the radio, a radio from the 80s. And now we look at the last FM player, which is from 2002. And here you can listen to music as well. And if you don't like it, you can press change.
First we have to start the music.
The music comes. Yeah. So everything that is that you're listening to as part of your radio stream here, if you're listening to the whole track, it gets automatically added to your record collection.
Okay, like Martin said, if you don't like it, you can press change. I mean, I don't know if you all agree, and I don't know if Martin agrees, but we just decided this song is not so cool, so
we press change.
And when you press change, that's where the innovative part of Last.fm kicks in. It's, as Martin announced before, it's a collaborative record collection. Yeah? And by looking at each record collection and cross-referencing, some taste patterns occur, and you can kind of locate certain genres, yeah, which are not the usual genres as hip-hop and jazz, as you mentioned before. It's like only statistically based who liked what. And after pressing change, well, change itself has a couple of options. On the far left side, you might not be able to read it because it's like white on yellow from the back seats, whatever. On the far left side, it says similar, and if you press on the similar button, music which is similar to what you hear now gets played. On the far right hand, we have different, and stuff which is different to what you hear now, or to be a bit more precise, stuff that is listened by people who have different profiles than you have is getting played. And this technique we use is called collaborative filtering. You might have seen collaborative filtering before in Amazon, where if you buy something, or if you kind of look at something, there might be a line saying, you know, people who bought this also bought that, and you know. What we did is incorporating collaborative filtering into an online system, which acts on its own behalf, and you don't have to click around. You just say this, and the subsystem itself tries to find something you might like, and this recommendation is put to you. So by putting change, you do also vote. Yeah? This is why we actually can find out why tracks are black as in liked or red as in not liked. Because if you press the left hand, similar, you like it, and all the others are just degrees of not liking it that much. Yeah? And Here, I have to explain it as well, you might not be able to read it. On the top we have our kind of visualization of how much you're happy with your profile. Below you see a list, these are the black lines of neighbors. It's part of the Last.fm community. Due to space restrictions we only display 5 lines, yeah? But it's like the people with the most similar taste to you expressed in a percentage with it's a bit harder mathematically approach, but you know. So on here is Martin 26% similar in his collection, statistics and so on. And below we have people online now, because we have our own streaming system, so we can actually determine who's online and who's not, and we display who's listening, what is he listening to at the moment. The next feature is coming. If you click on one of those people, you can actually listen to their profile, not to your own, which makes the Last.fm player something like a navigation tool for music in a certain degree. So you can hop around profiles and, you know, in the music map, surf up and down, left and right, and yeah. Thanks a lot.
Can I ask you some questions? How did you get this idea of doing this player?
The first idea we had was, how do you look for something that you don't know? That was the basic idea we had. We all know that there's a lot of music out there, and it's getting more and more by the minute, because the internet basically being the biggest collection of everything ever. And especially as music is concerned, there's a lot of music on the internet. And we were always wondering how you can find out how you can find new music, but without knowing what you're looking for. So this was the basic starting point for us. How do you find something that you don't know? And then we figured out that it's the social aspect of music. The best music you always find when you go to your friend's house and he plays your record. And we're taking this concept into an online environment here.
So Last.fm is your friend's collection?
Yeah, it's collaborative. Yeah.
If anybody in the room here wants to use this, what do they have to do? How do they sign up? How do you become part of it? What do you have to do?
There's a login process, because everybody's record collection is obviously personalized.
So everybody is invited to start this?
Mm-hmm.
Who is financing the hosting of Last.fm?
Our college at the moment.
Okay, and for how much longer?
Well, as long as it's a good project.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the college. Regensburg College is it's situated where, and what kind of degree program do they have?
It's in the southeast of London, in Kent. Not really, yeah, Kent, beginning of Kent. And what kind of degree programs? I think they have a lot of departures departments like textile, 3D, multimedia. And to be honest, I don't really know so much about the other courses. Too much.
And your accent is not a typical London accent. Where are you from?
I thought it is, but well, I'm from Vienna actually, and I moved to London 2.5 years ago to do this MA course, and it's called MA in Interactive Digital Media.
And what made you move to London from Vienna when there's so much good offering here in Vienna?
My girlfriend, actually.
I think it's accepted. From where are you?
I'm actually from Munich, but I moved to London as well 4 years ago to study, actually on another course, so I'm not really, yeah, I don't even have an MA.
And how about yourself?
I'm from Upper Austria, but I moved to London 8 years ago, so I'm the longest one standing.
Yeah.
Okay, and what made you move to London?
It was also a specific course that I started doing at that time, which was a digital music course.
And what are your plans after you're finished now with school and got all your MAs?
We want to try pushing this project very much. We've been talking to record labels to supply us with content. We're also looking for sponsorship as far as some bandwidth is concerned, to take it outside the college and to be able to make it accessible for many, many people. At the moment we can only have like a certain number of people online at the same time because of bandwidth limitations. But it's a number which is high enough that we're going with at the moment, which is quite good.
So you pin your professional hopes on commercializing this product?
Yes.
Okay, so if the investors are in here to this afternoon, which is not likely, you can talk to them, but maybe you meet somebody on Wednesday morning.
Just to come back to your statistics of before, like even this kind of collaborative filtering and multimedia and broadband streams, we were quite aware that this is from the computing point of view, it's quite tricky, and on the delivery of the media as well. So we know that the bandwidth, BP was British Telecom, BT was axing broadband prices early this year by 50%, and we know that it's all going down, and we are just a bit not really too early, but it's not as easy to host Last.fm with thousands of users online because it's just getting really expensive. So.
No, this is a very good issue because many of you have a mobile phone in your pocket, but you might not have thought of actually using it as your regular radio, music source and appliance. Now with bandwidth going, in terms of costs going down, even wireless bandwidth, this will become something which is a general habit, and I hope that you are not too far ahead of the market so that you will make a good business. Thank you all, and let's give them a hand again. I wouldn't applaud so much because otherwise the people